Prior to her death, she divulged a terrifying secret that no one had ever anticipated, shocking the Pope and the entire Vatican. Teresa, famed for her immense influence and as the greatest peacemaker, will be remembered for the silent screaming of an unborn child. Mother Teresa, an icon of compassion, love, and mercy, established a legacy that will last for decades. A horrible secret haunted her psyche, despite her altruistic acts. Without a doubt, she was one of the most committed individuals we'd ever met. The world regarded her as a saint in life, yet rumors of a darker side followed her around. However, before she died, she revealed a startling disclosure that upended her account. What has she revealed? A dark past, a hidden sin, or a reality too hard to deny? Let's find out everything right now. Mother Teresa has a complex public image, but she is widely admired for her work, which earned her the renowned Nobel Peace Prize for her efforts to combat poverty and suffering, both of which are considered dangers to peace. Throughout her life, she has received numerous awards and distinctions and is widely regarded as one of the most admired persons in the world. Many Catholics consider her a saint and seek her intercession. Organization. Mother Teresa was not only praised, but she was also heavily criticized. Some have questioned the quality of medical care provided by her organization. There have been claims that certain deathbed baptisms were forced conversions, and she has been linked to colonialism, bigotry, and contentious public figures. However, she never spoke up. However, before her death, she broke her silence and revealed a stunning secret. Mother Teresa's trip to India began on August 26, 1910, in the Ottoman Empire, when she was born as Anjas Gangs Bahaksi, also known as Mother Teresa. She was baptized the day after she was born and later recognized August 27th to be her actual birthday. Mother Teresa was Nicole Andranofile Bahaksiu's youngest daughter. Her father, who was prominent in Albanian community politics, died in 1919 when she was just 8 years old. During her childhood, she became fascinated by the inspiring stories of missionaries and their selfless work in Bengal. At the age of 12, she had already resolved to devote her life to religion, a commitment that was reinforced on August 15, 1928, while worshiping at the hallowed shrine of the Black Virgin of Letnice, a place she frequently visited on pilgrimages. In 1928, at the age of 18, Teresa left her home and traveled to Ireland to join the Sisters of Loreto at Rathfarnham Monastery. Her primary purpose was to acquire English, the language spoken by the Sisters of Loreto in India, where she hoped to work as a missionary. Unfortunately, she never saw her mother or sister again, since her family lived in Skopje until 1934 before relocating to Tirana. Teresa arrived in India in 1929 and began her novitiate in Darjeeling, a quiet place surrounded by the majestic Himalayan mountains. There, she devoted herself in studying Bengali and began teaching at Santa Teresa School, which was near to her convent. On May 24, 1931, she gladly exchanged her first holy vows. She chose the name Thérèse after being inspired by Missionaries' patron saint, Thérèse of Lisieux. However, because another sister at the convent had already selected that name, she chose to respect her by using the Spanish spelling of it. Mother Teresa's missionary journey took form when she made her solemn vows on May 14, 1937. At the time, she was a teacher at the Loreto Convent School in Intoli, east of Calcutta, where she took on the title of Mother in accordance with Loreto custom. If you enjoy our content and want to support us, click on the Super Thanks button below. Your Super Thanks is not just a donation, it is a blessing that supports our mission to share the transformative journey of Jesus.
She worked for the facility for nearly 2 decades, before being appointed director in 1944. Although she enjoyed teaching, Mother Teresa became increasingly concerned about the tremendous poverty she witnessed in Kolkata. The Bengal famine of 1943 and the violent clashes of Direct Action Day in August 1946 fueled his resolve to assist people in greatest need. During a train ride to Darjeeling in 1946, she felt a strong inner desire to serve the underprivileged of India in Jesus' name. After receiving permission to leave school in 1950, she formed the Missionaries of Charity, which wore a white sari with blue borders as its uniform. Mother Teresa felt moved to leave the Loreto convent in Darjeeling on September 10, 1946, during an annual retreat, to live among the destitute and serve them, feeling this as a divine mandate that she could not reject without compromising your religion. Joseph Langford, the founder of the Missionary Fathers of Charity, stated that, while many people are unaware, this decision was critical in her spiritual development. Sister Teresa became Mother Teresa in 1948, and she began her work among the poorest, trading in her regular Loreto habit for a modest white cotton sari with a blue border. She obtained Indian citizenship and received basic medical training at Holy Family Hospital in Patna. Before starting work in the poorest neighborhoods, his commitment to helping the poor and hungry began with the establishment of a school in Madigal, Kolkata. In early 1949, Mother Teresa was joined by a group of young women, laying the groundwork for a new religious community dedicated to assisting the poorest of the poor. Her actions piqued the interest of Indian authorities, including the Prime Minister. On October 7, 1950, she acquired Vatican approval to establish a diocesan congregation that would eventually become the Missionaries of Charity. According to her, this community would devote itself to caring for the hungry, the poor, the homeless, the handicapped, the blind, the lepers, and all those who feel unwanted, unloved, and ignored by society, those who have become a burden and are rejected by all. Furthermore, Mother Teresa's compassion led to the establishment of her first hospice in 1952, solidifying her dedication to those in need. Mother Teresa worked with Kolkata officials to convert an abandoned Hindu temple into the Kaligat Home for the Dying, a home for destitute people. The hospice was eventually renamed Nirmal Hridai, meaning Home of the Pure Heart. Everyone who arrived at the facility received medical care and was given the option to die with dignity, while their religious views were respected. They provided Muslims with the Quran, Hindus with Ganges water, and Catholics with the sacrament of extreme unction. Mother Teresa viewed this as a lovely death, allowing people who had lived in suffering to leave this world with love and compassion. In addition, she established Shantinugar, also known as City of Peace, a particular hospice for leprosy patients. The Missionaries of Charity, which she founded, created leprosy clinics in Calcutta, providing medical treatment, bandages, and food to people in need. As the number of homeless children grew, the Missionaries of Charity started taking them in. Mother Teresa founded the Nirmala Shushu Bhavan, also known as the Children's Shelter of the Immaculate Heart, in 1955 to provide a shelter for orphans and homeless youth. In the 1960s, the congregation's recruits and donations increased, resulting in the establishment of more hospices, orphanages, and leprosy colonies across India. Mother Teresa began to expand the work of the Missionaries of Charity beyond India's borders, opening a house in Venezuela in 1965 with 5 members. By 1968, they had established homes in Rome, Italy, Tanzania, and Austria. Throughout the 1970s, the congregation expanded further, establishing homes and bases in the United States and in several countries across Asia, Africa, and Europe. In 1963, the Missionary Brothers of Charity were founded, and in 1976, a contemplative branch for the sisters was established. Catholics and non-Catholics alike were welcomed as collaborators in Mother Teresa's mission, including the sick, suffering collaborators and the lay Missionaries of Charity. In response to requests from several priests, Mother Teresa founded the Corpus Christi movement for priests in 1981. And together with Joseph Langford, she established the Missionary Priests of Charity. By 1997, the Missionaries of Charity congregation had approximately 4,000 sisters working in almost 600 foundations across 123 countries. During the final decades of her life, Mother Teresa was involved in aiding victims of famine in Ethiopia, the radiation disaster in Chernobyl, and wars in Guatemala, Kosovo, and South Africa. At the peak of her popularity, she served as a spiritual advisor to Princess Diana. Both passed away within a week of each other. However, Mother Teresa faced severe criticism, notably from journalist Christopher Hitchens, who expressed his concerns in his 1994 documentary Hell's Angel and his 1995 book The Missionary Position. He accused Mother Teresa of glorifying suffering instead of alleviating it, and claimed that her homes lacked adequate medical care, essential painkillers, and sanitary conditions. He also accused her of promoting conversions to Catholicism, even on her deathbed. For instance, a British volunteer claimed that nuns in Kolkata administered the extreme unction formula without patients' permission. Despite these accusations, Mother Teresa never spoke publicly about the matter. Instead, before her death, she made a revelation that shocked everyone around her. Mother Teresa also faced her own spiritual battles. Though a global icon of faith and dedication, her private letters revealed a long and deep crisis of faith. Compiled in the book Mother Teresa, Come Be My Light, edited by Reverend Brian Kolodiajuk. These documents showed that for the last 50 years of her life, she struggled with doubts about the existence of God and a feeling of spiritual emptiness. However, many theologians argue that her doubts and spiritual struggles, rather than weakening her case for sainthood, actually strengthen it by showing her humanity and the depth of her commitment to her faith and mission. In 2003, Pope John Paul II beatified Mother Teresa, an important step towards canonization, which was completed by Pope Francis in 2016. Mother Teresa remains one of the most iconic and controversial figures of the 20th century. Her life, marked by selfless service and profound spiritual struggle, has made her a hero to many, but it has also drawn significant criticism. Her death in 1997 marked the end of an era, but her legacy continues to inspire and challenge the world. As we reflect on her life, we are reminded of the complexity of holiness and humanity, and the profound truth that even the greatest saints face doubts and difficulties. Mother Teresa's final revelation before her death adds a layer of depth and mystery to her already fascinating story, showing that ultimately, she was a woman of deep faith committed to her mission of serving those most in need, despite her own internal battles. If you enjoy our content and want to support us, click on the Super Thanks button below. Your super thanks is not just a donation. It is a blessing that supports our mission to share the transformative journey of Jesus.